45?
Yeah.
I like to stroll?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Alright, so a couple weeks back, it was my first time ever reciting poetry. AK5 held a Mr. Pink pageant, and I was going to do salsa dancing, but like it was OU week, right? And that week, that Wednesday, it was the first time I got inspired to start writing. So I just started writing, and I figured, well, I didn't really have time to come up with a routine for the Mr. Pink, so I was, you know what, I'll just recite some stuff that I've written. And it's just kind of taken off, and I wrote a piece for that performance, and I called it Genesis, and I wrote something for this, and I called it Book 2. So if you were there, you know what was up. Thumbs up to you. This is only my second time. This is something I'm starting to get used to. This is fun, you know, making the philosophical thoughts and putting them on paper so that I can return and look at them later. But hold on, I just got a tweet. This is fun. Making the philosophical thoughts, putting them on paper so that I may return and look at them later. All the while, the thoughts get more complex and heavier. But this is what it's about. Letting the thought come through, carving them in stone. Because each thought is a king in his own right, given his own throne. Each a ruler, no, not a tyrant, still with the ability to disown. However, what thoughts come across an idle mind? Because non-existent thoughts are impossible to find. And consider the impossible of forcing thoughts uninspired. When fun goes out the window, it feels like you're being hired. Giving words, sentences, and phrases a false impetus to appear upon sight, but fake when you hold them up towards the light. The task, my friends, is to be tranquil and not let the mind wander, because the next best thought just might be around the corner, or even right in front, gone unnoticed, which tells you some things need to be adjusted, like your focus. Round 2 is upon us. Thanks for joining. This isn't the end. Let's keep it flowing. Next one, I wasn't going to do it, but it's kind of deep, and it's halfly based on a true story. It's about love. The next two are about love. One is about love lost, and the other one is about potential love. Okay? Another tweet. I'm not even kidding. Okay. May I? My goodness, you were it. I had expectations. It turns out you were a pack of lies, busted relations. In hatred I write, my heart spills its grievance. I knew not betrayal of this sort was possible till I met your acquaintance. The black hair, the brown eyes, all a deception. I believed in you, and the fact that I believed was finally the understood revelation. I had plans. I'd be writing to you in love while peering up in the moonlight. All the while his eyes staring at us in divine couples right. I literally extract divine counsel through the pupil of his eyes, while in the face of the blue moon's face, you give rival to the sun's gorgeous sunrise. All in perfect contemporary, like Hades and Persephone in antiquity. But like then, it's all a myth, a story which was never told. You'll be looking back, wishing you never gave this up, sitting on your porch old. I'll save the sake of your name and give it some immortality, because my words will persist forever in history. I could speak of your beauty forever, wow. But the fact that you turned on everything good to you, just how? You had everything going your way beyond reason, until you turned your 2 weeks' notice and committed that crime against my heart, treason. Practically a god living on Earth's surface. Okay, I'm kidding. You were definitely a divinity in the future's preface. Seems to me like you didn't know what was going on, you were confused. But it's okay, because you'll never find someone like me. That's beyond canonical, assumed. I could sit here, or stand here, and speak of your beauty forever. You haven't the slightest clue. But your ignorance and naive nature is what makes you repulsive and external of the few. You ain't worth these final words. I'm done. You're lucky you got this much occasion. You on this on hand of poker, go suffer in recession. I'm done with you. You don't know what you want. You have your training wheels on. You're a team. On the contrary, I'm going to search for someone to share this with, a queen. I'm saying it's been a long time coming. That's a fact. These words have been locked up and shackled for the longest time in fear's prison. In fear's prison, believe not mine. Tormented and kept from their owner, it was just too much. Once you hear my words, you'll understand as such. But my oh my, where to begin? My thoughts hard to reach, like lost in a hurricane's wind. And even as these words I deliver, it feels not like the storm is over, turned into a placid river. But more treacherous as words get harder to say, but I'll make it happen, I promise, in some way. For you and only for you, because you're worth every endeavor, every move taken in hope of gaining your favor. From the first time my eyes were given the ability to admire your beauty from across the room, making my eyes feel underdressed and in the wrong attire. To the later times from whence my ears were given the privilege to hear your voice and the symphony which came from within. To the times when I learned how awesome you are, just by being around you, that I felt with my heart. Aphrodite should be your name, goddess of love, but your name is perfect, because that Christmas night, you were definitely a gift from above. I don't know where my words will take our friendship, if move it at all. Just know your beauty exceeds the best. To beat the killer, the order is tall. Your eyes are mirrors which reflect perfection. They're my heart's compass to find direction. Confess I may, and trust me, this I have to, but I am impressed by your pulchritudinous attributes. There goes the nerdiness seeping out of me. That's a natural flow, but basically you're stunning and you deserve to know. But what's in the name? And for the answer I only seek truth. But if I can recall, Juliet looked alike if looking like in mood. You inspire me so, it's actually quite comical. I'll crack a smile just so you know my statement is actual. That's it for now. I don't want to overstay my stay. I'll tell you more on another day. Anybody follow nine? No? The brother, he's part of my entirety. He's always there when I need him, that external entity. He has 4 names, each one a reflection of excellence. Our bond is beyond something description, a glimpse of pure brilliance. A given amount of weeks online, and my love for him hasn't withered at all. We hold a perpetual love which will never meet a stall. Perpetual means growth, and our greatness is growing. If you've ever spent time with us, you know from where I'm coming. My perspective is real, true, and honest, true, and real. It may be cliche, but damn it, we're the real deal. He crossed with me in the follow 9, you see, and some things never end, like a hot connection they have with me. Cacique de uno, they say, it grows as it goes. This brother will be there to help me overcome all woes and foes. Cada vez que lo veo, there's one statement I wish you say, and say it well. I love you, brother, more than life itself. This is the last one. It's another Fallen Angel poem. 0909, you know that fall? Can't be too specific, but we had our backs up against the wall. Every precious moment was spent together, making memories that would last with us forever. It was a fight, an uphill conflict, but even when times were tough, we were on it. 5 strong, we held it down, you'll never understand. Soldiers online and ambassadors on campus, we've claimed this as our land. We stood, lowered our eyes to the sky, our occasion. This was our bid for immortality, our righteous persuasion. We share a link which will never be broken. Not just in flesh, but in blood, our divine token. Each interlocking edge welded to the next by the sacrifices we made, being brothers and striving to be the best. Our bond and trust is of God's. Challenges the original concept existence, so that it is plausible to dive into the truth and inspect the word's derivation. 5 titans delivered from the great Olympus area. Believe it, our ancestry runs to the great Cronus and his Rhea. Only difference is we're not mythology, we're actually time specific. Nonetheless, the work we have done and accomplished will go down as historic. The vision, the vision that we had is still held high in that prioritized position. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen where focus becomes blurred, but we get back on as if it never occurred. Such is another quality of brotherhood and what it means to be 5. Classes come and go, but trust me, these brothers are mine.